Kody Brown has disappointed a number of his children on Sister Wives, due to parenting choices that he has made over the years. His children have accused him of favoring some kids over others, making co-parenting mistakes, trying to control them, and more. Any parent can relate to the challenges of raising even one child, much less 18. Kody has let his children down to an extent that is startling. It is no wonder that Sister Wives Kody Brown said in one episode that it was rare that he babysat his kids unless his wives were unavailable to care for them. He remarked, "I am good at watching my kids, but I almost never do it. It's easier for me to pay somebody $20 an hour than to lose $200 an hour with the business that I have at hand." The idea that he sees caring for his children as babysitting puts his less than stellar parenting choices into perspective. There are 5 ways that he has disappointed his children over the years. 5. Kody Brown refusing to attend his daughter Isabel Brown's surgery. The famous patriarch Kody disappointed his daughter Isabel Brown by not traveling to a hospital across the country when she needed an operation. Isabel's scoliosis surgery was in the works for many years, finally coming to fruition at the beginning of the pandemic. At the time, Kody said he couldn't go with Christine Brown and their daughter because of the risk it might pose to his other children. Isabel would have to be in New Jersey for 6 weeks in order to recover, and Kody said, "There are people depending on me, more than just Isabel. And it just wasn't going to work in this case." During that Sister Wives episode, Isabel had tears in her eyes as she said, "His priorities are all screwed up." Her perspective shines some light on why Isabel was relieved her parents divorced. At that time, it was clear that he had chosen to protect all of his children, even if it meant not being there for one of them. However, some time after that, he decided not to travel to help his daughter. She had just graduated from high school, and relocated to North Carolina. A few weeks later, he attended a friend's wedding out of state, presumably risking his children's health just as much as he would have if he'd crossed the nation to support his daughter. However, in the case of the trip for Isabel, he would have had to awkwardly ride in the car with Christine. Kody's parenting choices seem selfish, making Isabel's disappointment even easier to understand. 4. Kody Brown feuding with son Gabe Brown. A major source of disappointment is Kody's feud with his sons. One of the most intense disagreements during the pandemic occurred with Gabe Brown, his son with Janelle Brown. A significant source of tension was the fact that Kody wanted 21-year-old Gabe to either stop interacting with his girlfriend in person, or move out to avoid spreading COVID to other family members. Gabe thought the conditions were unreasonable, and Janelle sided with her older son. This line in the sand was a significant reason why Janelle's marriage to Kody failed. After the pandemic threat lessened, Gabe said the feud came to a head when, during a phone call, his dad talked about his recent experience with COVID, but didn't acknowledge his son's birthday. The fixation on COVID made the fact that his father didn't wish him a happy birthday worse. Kody would go on to publicly apologize, but their conflict seemingly continues. 3. Kody Brown chooses Robin Brown's kids over his own. Kody's adoption of Robin Brown's kids also created tension. Reddit user SBAC850211 pointed out that the children had mixed feelings. On screen, she said, "Dayton seemed like he felt pressured, Brianna seemed confused and shocked. Aurora Woozy Face was creepily giddy about the whole thing. bizarre. Therefore, it's no wonder that the family at large would have, at best, mixed feelings. Whether Kody's COVID protocols were justifiable, his seeming to choose Robyn's kids over his own was a source of disappointment for many of his biological children. They felt that Kody decided to spend time with Robyn's children at the expense of being with his kids from other households. However, this adoption foreshadowed the frustration that many of his children would express during the pandemic. 2. Kody Brown's co-parenting fail with Truly Brown. One of the most challenging disappointments to watch had to do with Kody's daughter Truly Brown, whom he shares with Christine. Truly's reaction to Christine and Kody's divorce showcased a big parenting failure. Kody refused to sit down and explain to Truly that his marriage to Christine was over. Whether it was because he was in denial, or didn't know how to explain the relationship's demise, the way that Truly learned of the split was heartbreaking. Truly found out about Kody and Christine's marriage ending when she overheard Christine discussing the subject with her other daughter, Mykelti Padron. Christine had always hoped that the two parents could share what was happening with Truly, but said they just couldn't agree on things. Truly learning about it the way she did was disappointing. 1. Kody Brown tried to silence his kids. One source of disappointment was the attempt to have Kody's kids silenced. In a conversation with blogger John Yates, Peden Brown said that his father tried to control the children's contracts with TLC, to stop them from sharing negative opinions about him. Christine's son Peden has been very open about the ongoing tension between him and his other siblings. Gwendolyn Brown, Kody's daughter with Christine, chalks up this desire to control as part of how her father changed after many of his children became adults. She said on her Patreon account that she felt Kody was changing because the kids weren't as malleable as they used to be, and were more opinionated. Indeed, trying to silence kids can backfire. Due to various disappointing parenting choices, it's not hard to understand why most of Kody's kids don't want a relationship with him. Only time will tell if the sister-wives family dysfunction subsides. However, if what Gwendolyn says is true, with regard to relationships changing when the children reach adulthood, it's likely that the disappointments will continue. Sources: SBAC 850211, Reddit, John Yates, YouTube, Gwendolyn Brown, Patreon.